chatting to some of the Mobstar Koi boys, they were sort of saying that sometimes the way they view Rakan is not necessarily
the Arn Vampire bot lane. I mean, Arn, I think, really pulled his weight there, don't get me wrong. That team was fun, but never really getting anywhere. FPX had Milk. Oh, that's very close there in mid lane. You know, FPX, when they had Milky Way in the jungle, we thought something special could happen. Looking into mid lane, could flash Q. How much damage can you do here?
Flash Q with the red buff, I think would do him in. That's a lot of damage and just burns out. Good call, Alex.
That cat doesn't manage to see the danger coming.
Yep. W is just W.
I've had to teach a lot of casters over the years that it's slicing Maelstrom, not slicing Maelstrom. Because Maelstrom is a specific kind of storm. It's a sea storm.
Yeah.
Flashing forward. Jedi, no flash from him. Back, mid lane kill.
Back into the river we go. There's no slicing Maelstrom around here. As a look for that. Permafrost on down onto the Lilia. Not quite in range. And she's got enough speed from the Blooming Blows to get out to safety. The Shy, though. Slicing and dicing. Just about safe. In comes the stun. He'll be alright for now. Is they just about survive the
He does just about not survive the tower. Shadow goes down. He doesn't go in for the last bit of damage either. Not being sure he could have been able to force kill her either. And Jeje, on a Lilia he has done so much work on, is now ahead of the game. That is very scary.
There's Icing Maelstrom traded out with the Dominus. The Shy looking to get a heal with the culling of the Meek, and does so.
Has Flash coming up now, and Jeje just took Dragon. Sheer is, I mean, we were saying we were praising Sheer for his late.
Yeah, the answer is this game is very close, is the honest answer. We don't know.
The thing
is very tight.
And based off of what we've seen in the shows going forward, he has a lot of teammates coming here too.
Soon just about okay. Down to half HP though. The Swell Seed landed, but it's only really onto the Braum. The turnaround as the arrow comes on onto Mako. Does manage to battle down to safety. The Glacial Fissure after the main mix is very tricky. Down goes Rakan, but the Lilting Lullaby makes it a 1-for-1. And no, Rakan doesn't fall. He got out. Trying to get the last auto down, and the Shy falls instead.
I really wonder whether Care could have flashed for that last auto. Chooses not to. Down from Jeje, and then you can get the reset on your jump. Does get the Buster Shot to Care. You could have Buster Shot, of course, Renekton back into his team as well. So Care, not the best execution. Grubs are starting to go down.
4 over FPX. Now when they lose one back, it's overcome Rookie when Bind is solved. There's the fifth. The W lands onto Dway, but a
Sheer!
Finds a slicing motion from the backside. They lose Mako. Finally, turnaround comes up through those. Gala begins to open up Shadow desperately low. Care and the backline of FPX knocked up by Rookie. Deadly Flush flashed away from Care, but they've opened the curtains. Triple kill for Gala.
A team fight of 3 acts, a slow opening, Sheer speeding it up, and Gala slamming it home to leave it in. Availably, IG. I don't know whether they should have. Hang on, arrows coming through. We'll shut up about that. Is it going to land? No.
Oh, it does! Good read. Now he's in danger. Into the Winter's Bite, looking for that last order and gets the kill. Nice combo from FPX.
I'm going way too early on calling these arrows, man. I thought, oh, it's definitely not going to hit. Reads the ping back because Care's got a great trade. Rookie goes down, and the 5 grubs mean that Care can take this first turret in the top side.
Dragon spawns in about 5 minutes. Didn't look like the second one went the way of IG. The Shy will be able to trade out on this bot side turret as well, but the marker for feats of strength will still be FPX's now. Now we're trading for objectives. Of course, IG will need 1 more, as FPX would need 2, but worth noting that neither team claim those feats of strength.
This has been cinema League of Legends, and we talked about this in the early game, but they're trying to build something more than their last few years, where they struggle on an individual level. This is quite an important game for both teams. The fact that it's gone to 3 games, I think IG, given how good they looked in placements, will not be happy with. Arrow goes through, plans force from Gala.
Shadow won't throw down his own ultimate as yet, as Mako looking to body block. Rookie gets that turret in the top side, so both side lane turrets now fallen. As Care will look to try and trade out on the other side, of course, with the 5 grubs into Tristana. This should be relatively doable. Standing nearer to the wall to be able to hop away to safety, but Mako being around makes this a bit of an interesting one. Glacial Prison is well wide by Shadow.
Ah yes, the rarely seen Xmithy. Long may he reign. Sheer has double buffs on top side. 2 levels down on the other solo lanes. Really struggling in that matchup ever since that top jungle synergy went against them.
I think Sheer individually played that ball in the early stages, but here come the teleports flying. Hop away from Care, but they're going to turn this around with the Dominus in the ground.
Oh, the tower.
Buster shot away on 2. Turret does finally fall, but now Sheer being around will force a flash off the Shy.
Rookie has ult. He could go for something bigger here. Gala 1v1ing with Assume.
Can't find that Fate Seal. The Shy needs to back away as the Permafrost is building up on top of him. To check every time because it's a different icon because of the skins.
While all of this is happening, Herald's going to be summoned in mid lane. Goes slams into that mid lane turret. They don't have the growth, but they do have a big old mother to help them take down that tower. IG take that one. And FPX, I guess, don't get everything they want from that bot side. They would have liked to kill on top of the tower itself. IG, with the feats of strength, with that Herald take, would be happy with how that worked out for them.
Absolutely, and they claim the turret for turret on that one. They're still actually ahead of the turret game just about. Jhin is giga strong at this point into 1.5 items. Rookie and the Shine not miles behind either. And yes, of course, you've just got the Flicker Blades completed for Care, and that's great news. But you are still in a bit of a weird position, especially now you're losing some of the safety of these structures. The ability for IG to start running you down and having moments like this, where Fate Seal will be paired up with the Curtain Call, and the dancing feet are swiftly stopped.
No more tap dancing anymore, Dwight. Had a fantastic
Yours that can no longer die. They're taking up too much living space.
I think that's a real problem. You know, I think these are the issues that we should be talking about here in League of Legends.
How long does it take to hit critical Jordan?
Well, only Zillion knows at the end of the day. He's looked into the feed. Maybe that's what he's looking into.
You
Dragon's
can't
gonna go
kill
down.
either.
Look, the highlight's gonna look so strange because we're talking about freaking Yordle overpopulation. Tower going down potentially to half HP. The top side cat jumps out.
Do you think?
Hang on, he's caught out now. This is a problem.
What is going on?
Well, this is how we deal with Yordle overpopulation.
We can't kill them. He can't die. He Buster Shots away. Deadly Flourish lands though, and Tristana is brought low by the Jhin.
Will be respawning back in Bandle City. Shadow caught up by Rookie. Does have an ult if he wants to lock him up again, and will do. Where's the follow-up?
Swell see just why, but the Deadly Flourish comes on through. Flash with a 3-man Blooming Blow. Lilting Lullaby comes on in. Shadow just about alive, but no, he's not, as a Flash comes on forward for Gala. He now unleashes the curtains. Take up our FPX. Jhin is here to give you your plaudits. A double kill over to the AD carry from Invictus Gaming.
Assume lucky to get out alive. This has been the best snowball from IG so far. You can tell with this composition, they're forcing fights much more confidently. Everyone has a go button. I think the Shy doing very well individually to stop shit.
Courtesy of Tristan, it's a very unfun present. It's not like a great present. It's like a meme present. It's not the little elf Tristana, which really does drop very meme presents. This one's like a evil Tristana, but we're going back over towards the Avatar and away from conversations on the morality of various skin lines. Shadow potentially to steal.
God, it's so fed, man. How do you deal with a 7-kill Jhin at this point of the game? There's a teleport coming through. This might be a last hurrah. Here comes Rookie.
Down to 10% HP. They get a decent chunk on the other side. Hang on, they told off Mako. Get one back. That's at least a decent pickup. Down to 2,000 HP.
Smite fight.
He stole it! What about the rest of the fight after the Shadow nowadays? The TP's come flying on through. Reminder, Mako is already down. The Shy has been rooted in place. Gala trying to find an angle. They're looking for Sheer in the backside. Gets onto Gala. That's how you deal with a 7-kill Jhin. Fakes out to the backside. Rookie at least gets one, but look at Care of this side. Buster Shot out to safety. What is going on in this game?
Rookie's going to get the Q. Might look to continue the fight. Care is the last remaining big damage source. JJ, one last swell so you can turn it for him. The Shy comes through.
Predator, look at the back end, and JJ lands the watch out even the Q.
IG clean the fight, even though they lose the objective. IG, at least they'll get some of the flowers. FX, sadly for them, won't get the GA off of it. It's the ruinous kind, and that doesn't mean they can win. Worth noting, though, that FX do still get the big grub bonus now. They basically have six-ish, 6 and a bit grubs. You know, a quarter of 5 is 1 and a bit, so it's about 6 and a bit now overall. Because you get the 25% bonus from... You get a, you get a good... It's a grub good. Dragon started up. This would be Soul for IG, and that wing they would be very happy for. The Shine on the flank. Do they have flashes? Well, we got one on JJ. That could be very helpful.
Shadow as well. He's already stolen the objective. Out comes the arrow. Lands onto Mako. Can they turn it into something a bit more? Yeah, that regard is gone. Slicing Maelstrom into the backside. Only really onto JJ though, but that's potentially really valuable if you kill off the jungler. Look at the other side though. The Shy is winning 1v3. Finally falls. Dragon secured though. That's Soul. It's a 2v2 right now. As in goes JJ. Looking for the Lilting Lullaby. Finds it, but can't hold it up too much. With the Deadly Flourish. Gala goes in. Gets 2. It's a quadra for him. He can't make it. The Penta as Care cuts him down in his prime.
Care carries the end of the fight. Going towards Rookie again, but the W saves him. It's a little bit difficult for IG to close down both AD carries. The double AD carries from FPX doing a lot of work. Gala very nearly gets himself the full clean sweep of that number, but he wants to add one more. Oh, Munchables, you wordsmith, you missed that bloke, I do. FPX back out onto the map, have to play against that Cloud Soul, of course, which is not nice when they will get to close down gaps even more. Dangerous now to really buy into fights you can't run away from.
Gold lead, Soul. Pretty good spot for IG. Of course, they've given up a few things here and there. A pretty ugly fight. The Atacam was stolen. All these things. So FPX, got a tool or two to their name. Again, this cannon. 2.5 items can still threaten the back. So, of course, the early lane advantages have all but dwindled to nothing.
The game will be thrown away from a big objective. I think it will happen at an objective. It's going to happen. It might be the Baron, it might be the Elder. We shall see if it lasts the Elder. Mako has flash, has a teleport coming from behind, and Mako might actually get a clean team fight for the first time this game.
For an angle, is now spotted. The double control wards behind. Dwayne gonna try and find some space to turn around and sheer into the backside onto Gala! They've killed up Jin! No, they haven't, because the heal from Mako keeps him alive. He's not in the fight though critically. Look at Rookie. He's stacking up the Q to try and find a way over the wall. They've blown up Sheer. Now the curtains are called. FPX did everything in their power to try and kill Gala. But if you're going for the Penta King, you best not miss.
The throw happens around the big objective. FPX cannot contain the flanks this time, and IG will seal their first victory here in Group Ascend on day 1 of this phase of the competition.
It has been anything but clean. It has been heart-wrenching, heart-pounding, cardio disaster of a series for both teams. It has been wonderful to watch. It isn't over quite yet. They'll get the inhibitor and they'll back off towards the Baron. They feel with the Zoom coming up in a couple seconds, it would be a little too much to overforce.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't go for the end of the game. So, IG, just have to kind of grin and bear it.
At this point, you surely think there is no way IG can throw this game. And yet, been here this series and say, I have to hold that statement in doubt. Mako jumped on a little by Shadow, is the Shy, is playing that inhibitor in mid lane, or rather, it's got that wave shot in mid lane. He's been jumped on, takes a lot of damage, has a redemption coming, gets a heal, gets to dice away. And despite everything thrown at him, it means so very little. Invictus Gaming will take the second inhibitor in bot lane.
Yeah, and at any time, they can now peel back and go towards Elder. They don't even have to if they don't want to. Going up for more damage. Curtain calls coming through, just looking to get as much damage as possible.
Into Act 3 of this series, and Jin, rather, would love to end this one here. We assume murders Mako. He's had a few unfortunate deaths this game. Can't end now, actually, I don't think, as a result of losing a member.
No, the 4v5, you can't go to what you can't start the Elder now, certainly. Yeah, Gal's very, very strong, has the Infinity Edge. Swift March as well for the extra movement speed. They know that he's not the Dre, you gotta be careful, man.
Oh my days. Gets away with it, Rookie over the wall, has his damage proc though. Just about gets a kill, because 1 for 1. That's your mid laner for a brawl?
Messy stuff from IG, both Mako and Rookie taking it in turns to kind of die quite unceremoniously. Means that once again they're outnumbered for the upcoming Elder setup situation. I don't think FPX can push outside of their base and take this. But IG put themselves at risk.
So lanes to feel pretty okay, even if Jin does fall, as long as FPX burn a lot to do it. For FPX, that needs to be a big slicing maelstrom. She needs to find a good arrow. Once again, lands onto Mako, just disappears.
That's been the play. Destroy the engager. Gala has also a chance of a double teleport for the back door. This could be very, very dangerous.
They get on top of the dragon. Slicing maelstrom doesn't really lead to all that much. She's in danger. Dragon stolen by TJ. Game is done. Invictus Gaming in the 4v5 will still find the Elder, still find the win. Care runs, but to no avail. Rookie with a triple. It's over.
Jeje's Lilia strikes again. The Dragons secure a 5,000 damage team fight and only 1 death in the game. IG will finish out our first series of Group Ascend 2-1 over FunPlus Phoenix.
I apologize for the heart attacks. I apologize for the palpitations. But